and all the members of our Balagokulam family. Today is our 9th anniversary, and it makes me very proud of the fact that I was part of this original team that started off after many trials. It's always easy to start an effort. Everybody knows. We have a saying in Sanskrit, Arambha Shuraha. To start something, it's very easy. But to sustain it, it requires the effort of a lot of people. Be it a temple, be it an organization, be it a company, whatever. In every fields of endeavor, to sustain it for a long time, it's it has, every endeavor has got its own challenges. So, I congratulate all the volunteers who have sustained this for this long, and we also look forward to the help and participation of a number of people here. I hope whatever you have seen, it inspires all of you to come and give your time, because this requires time, okay? And this is not a paid work, this is a voluntary work, it requires your time. So, everybody is worthy of this congratulations. Now, I don't know how many of you know, this is not a single unit that you see. Balagokulam is part of a whole group of people in many cities. The same program goes on, maybe in different forms at different times. Okay, and the roots of this comes from India, from Bharat. Okay, I don't know how many of you know. So many decades ago, in 1925 to be precise, on Vijayadashmi Day, there was an organization that was started that is called Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh. Okay? In short form, it is called RSS. It was started by a great visionary. His name is Dr. Keshavrao Balirao Hedgewar. You can see his picture right there in the center. Okay, and it was started with a single intent. We will call him Dr. G henceforth in my reference. Dr. G, he was a great visionary. The reason I use the word visionary is, he saw that in our society there was a big problem. And that is why we were occupied by foreigners. Foreigners came and ruled over us for many years. How long did foreigners come and rule over India? The Europeans came. So you can say about plus or minus 100,000 years of foreign rule. Okay, and when he was a child, he got this idea. He was a very deep thinker. He said, how come foreigners were able to rule over us? It's not easy, right? If I have to come and give my diktat in a place, then what would be the circumstances that would allow me to do so? Then he discovered that there was a basic sense of lack of unity, okay, and that is what facilitated. So his vision when he started this organization was, the whole intent of this organization is to unify all the Hindus. To unify, there must be a sense of identity. Why would different disparate group of people come together? So he discovered what is the common thread in all of us. Okay, and you can use different words. You can say it is Bharatiyata, or it's belonging. Even though we are not culturally, India is not culturally. Politically, it is not one country. It was divided into different kingdoms. Still, culturally, there was some unity. And what is that basis for that unity? So he gave the name, and it's called Hindu. Our country was called Hindustan. It's not a name that we have, we created for ourselves. It is a name that was given to us by the foreigners who invaded us, and it became a common name. Many cases, certain names it's used casually by some people, it becomes a name that gets stuck to the person or a group of people. So the name was the basis for unity was called the Hindu identity. Okay, it's very, people like say it's very controversial. I don't see any reason for controversy. It's very clear. It's very simple. The people who live on the other side of the Sindhu river, because the Persians, they could not use the word Sa. So instead of using the word Sindhu, they would call the people as Hindus. Hafta. You know what is Hafta? Hafta is a very corrupt form of way saying Sapta, 7. So instead of Sapta, they used to say Hafta. Instead of saying Sindhu, they used to say Hindu. And who used to say this? The Persians. So that name stuck to us. There's no room for confusion or controversy about this. So this is our identity. So that vision, that insight he had. So when he decided, so this organization has gone through many ups and downs. Today, in the whole world, it is recognized that this is the only volunteer organization that has survived, and it is there are so many people. It has been able to influence the lives of so many people. Okay, so this is a brief history of RSS, and the Yugadi happens to be the birthday of our very dear Dr. Ji. And we'll be offering the Adya Sarasanga Chalak, what is called as the Founders Pranam today. Right? We have that, right? Yeah. So this is one thing. So there was a sense of unity. To foster a sense of unity. So then after many decades, in the 1970s, in Kerala, okay, that is where I was born. That is where our Shabari is from. In Kerala, there is a place called Kozhikode, Calicut, what is called as Calicut. There was another great gentleman. His name was Mr. A.M. Krishnan. And he felt, and again that was very turbulent times. Okay, India was going through very political upheavals. So he felt that for those who could not attend the RSS program, so called Shakas every day, we should have a weekly program specifically for kids. The kids, see, the thing is, why should we worry about why should we worry about all this? If I ask a question, I get the reply from many parents that, you see, we have come here, we are in a foreign land, we may become citizens, but still we cannot give up that Indianness. There's a very famous saying that you can take an Indian out of India, but you can't take India out of it. So all parents who are first generation immigrants here, they are worried about preserving their identity, their way of life. You may not be able to follow everything, but certain minimum things you want to follow. So there is always a concern that we need to preserve our way of life, our identity. So in order to help with that, this person, Mr. Krishnan, he started this Balagokulam especially for kids. And the best way to do it is catch them young. So he started this program. So it has been going on. So the roots of this whole thing is in Kerala. Okay? And the root of that is in Nagpur in 1925. Yeah, you please remember these dates. See, the thing is, when you come here, you saw what our children did. Okay? See, like somebody was saying, lot of our parents, our Shekharji was saying, they come because of their kids. So when the kids come, they learn something, some shloka, some what do you call, Amrita Vachana. So you are forced, sometimes it may just pass under your nose, but you are forced at times, at least once or twice, you may wonder, what could be the meaning of this verse? Or what could be the meaning, what could be the history associated with a particular event? So when we reinforce this over and over again, we get this question, and we may not be able to answer, because for everything they will ask me, Sunil ji, please tell me. I must personally say that I have failed in one thing. I have not been able to inspire my other colleagues to find out some of the answers for themselves, because they are so lazy. Sunil ji bata, Sunil ji will tell. I would like to change that. I would like each of my colleagues to take some interest, spend some time, find out the answers. Like our Dr. Sinha was telling, nobody knew what was the name of Valmiki. How many of you knew? No, not the kids. He knew, okay. See, it's we should know this, right? Some facts. So we have to know this. So that is so what is this? This is basically a forum where we can know about who we are, what is our past, what is our tradition. It's a very important thing. If you start neglecting this is where we become uprooted. And an uprooted person is a very uncentered, unstable person. You know that many cultures, the way they start destroying those cultures, the way the people, if you want to basically subjugate a whole population, what you do, you first go and attack their language. Then you attack their way of life. Attack their small, simple rituals. You can do that. So, we are struggling here very hard to hold on to our roots, to hold on to our language. I know that many kids who come to Balagokulam, I am surprised. They speak very good Hindi. And they are second generation kids here. Why, how come they are able to speak? Because it was reinforced. So what we are doing here is every week we are reinforcing our identity, our history. People should know our history, because without any hesitation I can tell you that the history that is taught in our schools is wrong. Because we had no role in narrating that history. The history that has been taught in our schools is a history that has been dictated by people who did not have India's best interests at heart. Okay? So the goal is to reinforce our history and our identity. And you can say, what is the point of doing it? We can do it at home. No, there is also a sense of fellowship. Okay, so the two things is reinforcing about ourselves and having a sense of fellowship. Look at these kids. Some of them, they come here, they become friends for life. Okay, and this kind of fellow feeling should be there. We suffer from that. You know how the Jews were able to survive? Because they had a sense of fellow feeling. And one American friend told me they are the most cohesive group in the United States. Everybody is afraid of them. Whether it be the Republicans or the Democrats or any everybody is afraid of them. Why? Because they are such a cohesive group. I wish that we become cohesive. Okay? Whenever there is an issue anywhere that concerns us, if somebody is hurt, it should be that we are all hurt. And I am talking about a community. Of course, we have all come here. We have become American citizens now, and we identify with our country, immigrated country. But we also should have that sense of community. We should not forget that, and that is what we have been trying here in our own limited way. I don't know how far we have succeeded. But this is a continuous working process, and we hope that all of you can be a part of it. And I would like to again congratulate everybody for making this, for having made this journey and come this far. It's not a mean effort. It requires a lot of effort, and wish you many more success. Thank you.
That was